1 minute remaining for the market on open imbalance.
Market on open imbalance. S&P 500 sell side 11.9 million, Nasdaq 100 buy side 2.2 million, Dow 30 sell side 35.8 million, Mag 7 buy side 2.6 million.
The Nasdaq down 40.52 points or 0.18% after the market open. Alibaba ADRS opens lower by 3.7% after the Pentagon list added to aiding the military. Musk's bankers discussing plan to address XAI debt after the merger. The US has removed the document that listed firms linked to China military. Money markets price in 40% chance of ECB rate cut by December from around 30% before the US data. According to the Wall Street Journal, Anthropic is preparing to go public as soon as this year. Speaking on CNBC, White House trade advisor Peter Navarro says there's no basis in the fact that the administration is planning to reduce steel and aluminium tariffs. The US eases more sanctions on Venezuela energy industry with two new general licenses from the Treasury Department. The US authorizes companies to negotiate contracts for new investment in oil and gas operations in Venezuela, with US authorization does not allow transactions by companies located in Russia, Iran, and China. The US authorizes some companies in Venezuela oil and gas to resume previous operations and undertake new investment. Companies that the US have authorized to resume Venezuela operations are Chevron, BP, Repsol, and Shell. Speaking on CNBC, Navarro says the Trump has no exemptions and no exclusion rules.
Ba-da-ba-bum. Ba-da-ba-bum. That sounds better. Yeah, that's not so bad. I've been pounding water all morning. My throat is killing me. I'll give me just a second here. I just want to get my water and stuff. So we're looking for these 10 a.m. flows right here. And you can see just this high right here. Just keep an eye on this high. And can we get a new high or not? And if not, we'll roll to the
Speaking
downside.
on CNBC, Navarro says steel and aluminium sacred.
Voice news disconnected.
Sorry, I got a lot of different things going on here. Competing interests. We just want to see if we roll down here into this 11:30, 11 a.m. to start really picking up. There's potential for us to rip here, but here, give me one quick second here, and we'll go over this together. Hold on here. Oh, ice cold water. Oh. My mom taught me never to drink ice cold water, and that was true before I took a job as a blabber. All right, hold on here. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. All right, so as you can probably see on Bookmap over here, there's still some supply right where we are. Kind of see it right in here. Let's take a look at there's a few things we have to go over this morning here. You know, sellers, it's always easier for, I think we've said this a bunch of times. I think, who said it this morning? Let me go look. Forget it. Oh, God damn it. It's this fucking name. Demi. This morning said they normally come out to sell the open. Which is true. They'll sellers will either sell low volume or the opening bell. Typically, it's like PM, AH, or opening bell to set. I always say it's called setting the tone for the day. I wanted to see this morning. The tone set before we get to the open. You have the catalyst of the inflation print. So if you're going to catch that print, it's here, right? Come down here and you catch that print on the inflation print. If you can't catch that print on sell side, you have a second chance to do that. We always talk about flows at 10 a.m. and 12 p.m. So you get another, so you figure they didn't get it, or you figure at 8:30 this morning, this is the 8:30 low, it looks like. We bled down into the inflation print. You didn't get the chance, you didn't get the trigger or the data to blood us down here. Does that make sense? So what happens is we blast it back up again. Hold on here. I'll make these white lines right here. Let's go to a 30-minute basis. Might be an easier way to look at it. So this is 8:30 right here. This is 10 a.m. and this is 12. God damn it. Get rid of that. So you're looking for catalysts, like catalysts, like, so data. I don't believe in data generally. I mean, some of it is material to the market, but data releases, binary events, white papers from biomedical companies, ERs, I don't give a fuck. If you have a catalyst like a data point or something like that, like we did this morning with inflation, your first chance to get the low was this morning, is the point that matters here. So you've got price coming down for this data point this morning, right? For 8:30. No go, right? So we go up. You then come back down here to slam up into this 10 a.m. And this is just to find out where flows are. Every day at 10 a.m. and at 12 p.m., there are market flows. And no one knows what those flows. Well, you can kind of tell what they're going to be. Usually kind of tell what they're going to be. But at 10 a.m., 12 p.m., you usually step off market and see if the sellers step in and they start winning, or the buyers step in, they start winning. So you got 10 a.m. And then you've got one more catalyst here at 12 p.m. At least today on Friday, this is what we got. We got inflation before the opening bell. We got the flows at 10, the flows at 12. This is also why on Fridays, you'll oftentimes see a trend for the week and then the reversal up or down end of day. That doesn't always hold, but you're looking for these flows at, especially on Fridays, like 10 a.m., 12 p.m. And that does not mean that we can't go down, even though it's a down week, that we can't go down into this Friday, because we can. We get sell flows at 10 and 12. There ain't no lifting off. Now, for a point for buyers, at this point, 72 has not been unlocked. If you're a buyer and you're looking for a shred of hope, we have not unlocked that 672.80 at this point. Make sure you read last night's brief too, because if that 672.80 gets unlocked, it starts a chain reaction of really bad things for the market very early, into OPEX, into month end, and a new month flows for March. Now we're not there yet. We haven't hit it. Hold on here, guys. Hold on one second here. I swear in my old age I need to hire someone to take care of me. All right. Sorry about that. So the thesis here is on a Friday you get or Friday you typically get some continuation. Typically, whether it's up or down, you get some continuation for about an hour or two, and then you fade that reaction. You ever hear that, like fade NFP on a Friday, or fade this or fade that on a Friday? So we're just waiting for that fade to go higher. Bulls, luckily, did not see 672 this morning. That leaves the onus on, I'm going to change this back to a 1 and some and back to this dotted, and so it's out of the way. Dotted, no, dotted line 1. So what happens here is this, is the general gist of this stuff is that between 10 and 12 p.m., the sellers are going to try to come in, pound you down, and the bulls are trying to hit some specific targets. They're trying to hit 683.85, the white line, not the yellow line. They're trying to hit the white line right here. And they're also trying, I should probably bring this one back down. But they also want to hit 685.95, and they got a whole bunch of shit, other shit they got to hit. They got to hit this one up here, and they got to hit this one up here. But this is not today. This is over the weekend. So if I had anything to say, if I had anything to say for today, it would be this. You do not want to go into the weekend down here. Like, you don't want to go into sorry. My throat is really bad. Like, you don't want to be going to the weekend unlocking this shit. I don't really care if you squeeze all weekend straight up. You just don't want to open that. You don't. Well, no, if you're a buyer, you don't. If you're a buyer, your season is likely done. I'm a buyer too. Our season is likely done. You'll likely see some significant downside too. Now, let's say we fade down here and hit this, I really don't care if we squeeze up all weekend. Is my point. It's just another opportunity at that point to sell the market as soon as we get back on Tuesday. If you're a buyer and you don't want to see this happen, you really want to see the rest of today recover. There are still some bad outcomes here too, even though you haven't unlocked 672. There's a couple bad outcomes here. One would be that you wake up here on, let's say we don't hit the 72, right? We start recovering, we come up over the weekend, we come back on Tuesday, and they're just pinging right down on you again. And let me show you where they are. So I'll draw that up for you again. So see, they're right up. They're right up here. And I'll tell you what, like, you got the high back here, right? You get the high back here, you get the lower high, you get the lower high. It's still like sell. So, you know, we're not there yet, but we're not quite there yet, but I'll tell you what, this doesn't look good. It doesn't. It doesn't look good. I mean, we're this morning, I think we were discussing, or it said something about, I was in the Discord and I said, you know, I harped earlier this week on, I really didn't care if we got the new all-time high up here or not. That I was more concerned with whatever this is, whether it's early or it's later. I was more concerned with this dip. Whenever you're topping markets for the season, it doesn't matter if it's a new high or a failure of a new high. It's always the back tests. Always. Every time. So if you got the new high or didn't, it doesn't matter. It's when you're coming back down. This is usually where the failure takes place. It's not this one. It's always the back test. Always the back test where this is called shutting a door there. If you fail that back test, the door is shut on you. And once that door is closed, all hope is lost to some extent. It's like the last nail in the coffin. So this is a very precarious position where we are right now. I'll show you an example of it right now because I also referenced 2022 this morning in the Discord. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Explain it with like no words, no crayons, no nothing. I'll just show you the price action. Hold on here. Just so you know what it looks like if you ever encounter it. If you want to know what it looks like, I'm going to show it to you right now. It's real simple. This is it right here. This is why, like, whenever we come into either, if you write this down at home, if you want a little bit of time in markets, right? This was the top right here. This is January 4th. And I want to impress upon you this. From like Jan 4, it's usually the first Friday of January. So a couple things you want to write this stuff down. Like the holiday rally typically doesn't start. The true holiday rally usually starts at the end of December and lasts until the first week of January. First week of January. From January into April 2nd. This is April 2nd right here. It's usually like 2nd, the 1st, or whatever the Monday is. I should say the first Monday of April is a window here where we transition seasonally from bull to bear. That top can be on on the beginning of January, or it can be all the way out into the beginning of April, believe it or not. The high can be here or here. It doesn't matter. So you have to start position or coming into January, you're automatically, all right, we're going to start selling at some point here. You get that thesis. Doesn't matter if we go up here. You just know that at some point we're going to roll. The second thing is that you don't know how big that roll is going to be. That roll could be something where we go up and then we're sideways for the into April, May. You can go up here, start rolling down into April, May, and then the new flows come in for summer. Doesn't matter. Another thing that about this time period, and this applies as well for, not as much for summer. Summer, we start trading sideways typically, and then roll. They call it the summer doldrums. We kind of like start ranging sideways, then we roll. Now, in January, from beginning of January, on the extreme end, April 2nd. So this is the extreme early. This is the extreme end. From this point forward, though, I stopped trusting highs. I stopped trusting failure of highs. I don't care if we normally a rule for me is, you get a new high, that's pretty bullish. Higher lows, higher highs, all very bullish. But when you come into these seasons here, I really don't care if we fail the all-time high or we get the new all-time high. I don't give a fuck. And I don't care if this happens in January, February, March. I don't care. I just know that when we come into this season, I don't trust them. What I'm really looking for is if the back tests fail. And here's one that did fail. We failed to get a new high, and they shut the door down here. And this is kind of where we are right now. If you wanted something kind of like where we are, this price action is, even though we didn't get the new high, it doesn't matter. This price action here, there's the failure, and we go straight down right here. We get then the second time when we it's the back test, right? So the back test comes up, it fails, it goes down, the door is now shut. And then you just get a series of failures all the way down as we roll. So let's look back at where we are up here. And I want to give a shout out this morning, too. We're going to talk about something else this morning that's important. So I want you to see it here. Just some going back and looking here at price action. There'll be a lot of people that'll say, "Oh yeah, you failed the high here, bro. So that's why we sold it." That's false. Don't rely upon that narrative. In the spring and fall, I don't give a fuck if we even came up here. I was more concerned with whatever the back test is for that dump, and the same thing applies right here. They shut you down here, and before you know it, even if you're coming up here, it just becomes a series of fuck yous all the way down into springtime. So the buy side gang is in some trouble. And I want to give a shout out in particular right now to Bork McGork, if you're out there. He's been working diligently for, I want to say, a year on developing for us. I don't know if you know Bork's background, but he is I'm not going to say who he worked for, but he worked, I was going to say it, but I'm not going to say it. He worked for one of the most famous gaming companies in the world back when they were a very small company. We're talking like everybody knew each other, and then they blew up. They blew up in a good way, like huge. And they became more corporate. Bork did that from a young age. If I had to guess, Bork is kind of a, from how I know him, he's kind of a genius. Just not trying to pump him up either. Like, he's a very, very intelligent person. And luckily, we got to know each other, and he's done work for us that is you can't match it. No AI's matching that shit. What he does. I went through yesterday in a meeting, and we were looking, and this is the reason we want to praise him, is because yesterday morning we were looking at Gamma, his Gamma suite that he's built and is continuing to build. And yesterday it showed the spike on 7,000 as a big wall, and it also showed a huge spike at 696 on yesterday's open. So where I thought the wall was going to open, and every other Gamma bro out there thought the same thing. If you go and check, all the Gamma bros are saying the same thing. The only fucking Gamma bro that had it right that I could see yesterday was Bork. He had 696 as a no-go. Like, no trade above it, and you can't even get along until you're above 696. We sold on 695.50, I think. So he had this as a sell yesterday, right here. If you got above it, it wouldn't have been a sell, but like, it's not right there. He had it right here. He had it like right there. He had a no-go wall right here yesterday. So I got to give Bork some fucking mad props. Had anyone looked at the Gamma suite on the website yesterday, it would have told you just as much. So we didn't get above this. Not that I thought that mattered either. What really mattered is whether we go up here and come down, or we fail and come down. This is really what matters. These back tests, and you should be thinking this from now into March, April, May. March, April, May, or February, March, April, maybe May. We don't do as May. We don't do sell in May, go away like we used to. We're usually done by like April 30th or whatever. Not yeah, April. I think it's April 30th. I don't know if it's 31st, maybe, but whatever. But what matters more, in this time of the year, and this is the takeaway, is don't really worry about if you get the high or the no high. Always be worried about the back tests. The back tests are where the traps are in the spring, in the late winter, early spring. That's where we trap buyers in there, and they just get annihilated. And the destruction, when it begins, it doesn't stop. It's like, I'm going to buy the dip again, because you're trained to buy the dip. So just keep that like as a rule for yourself. When we come into seasonal weakness, potentially seasonal weakness, never trust the back tests, never trust the dip buys, be suspect of them, have stops. As a matter of fact, yesterday morning, I was asked, hey, can you get some calls before you go on your meeting? And I was like, I'll get one. I was like, I'll get one, but I'm not going to be able to monitor it while I'm in this meeting, so no more than one contract. And I did that because I wanted some skin in the game, and that was it. Like a rush. Because I can't trust back tests from this point into spring. I mean, I'll trust. I'll buy them, but I want stops underneath them, and I want to be eyeballing them completely, because this is the time of year where you get trapped in. I mean, at some point, it's going to start, and this is a prime example of it right here. Trapped in. Market trapped in, market gets annihilated. It's not a pretty sight. So we want to watch. Oh, we're going back up again. Nice little clean. We got a break above the 684.29. Get rid of this. We hit the 6 foot. We just hit the 684.29. We want to take, if you're a bull buyer, you want to take out the 686.15 and 689.46 and 692.86. Let's go back here and look at this really quick. Let's watch this. We got the push up higher here. This is what the bulls needed to hit right here. 680, 683.82. Now let's watch and see if we get a roll down and just hammer this bottom out right here, and then see if we can take a next leg up to trade 685.97. Sweet, this is awesome here. 10, this is 10, right? So we got 10 a.m. These flows are buy flows. This is good. This is better than the down flows from 10 a.m. to 12. I'll take this. Couldn't get it at 9:30. Got it at 10. Let's see if this pullback's even higher. We might be able to get away with this here. And then just a downstroke right here to go higher. We'll watch this closely. Now, we got to talk here. We have a bunch of stuff. Well, first off, let me show you some cool stuff really quick. I wanted to show you the trade the trigger stuff. This weekend is a long weekend. I am going. My weekend is going to be spent going over a lot of these tools in depth. But I want to show you after talking to you about what Bork's been working on. This is on our website. What's so fucking cool about this suite is that you get to get real-time gamma on any ticker. Any fucking ticker. I don't give a fuck what you're trading. Tesla, you name it. You name it, it's in here. And we're gonna set. There are pro settings too. We have like pro trader settings in here. They're dope as fuck too. But just for your basic supporter level, you know, I want to talk about this. But I gotta harp on this on a Friday. I gotta say something to you guys. If you're watching this show right now, I gotta say something to you. Like, I never pump this shit up, and I should. I'm probably the most self-depreciating influencer in the world. I gotta be. You know, in our community, we've got a Discord with a community. We've got trading rooms for supporters and pro traders and stuff. But we've got like the professional, like we got like a gamma tool in our Discord. We've got Trady Ticks, and we've got Unusual Whales bots. This is like the full suite of Unusual Whales and Trady Ticks. We drop white papers in there. We drop Dr. CS drops Bloomberg terminal stuff in there. We drop. I'm trying to think of all the shit that's in there. It's insane. We have market briefs on the website. We have a full gamma suite that's better than anything you can find anywhere else. I mean, literally anything. Anything. This is one of the best gamma suites I think I've ever seen. This is for our rock bottom, like literal rock bottom supporter membership level. It pays for itself. So let's take a look at SPY here. We're gonna freeze a snapshot of data. This is real-time data. This shit's not cheap. And we're going to snap some real-time gamma. And I want to show you right now what was showing yesterday at 9:30, 10 a.m. And had you used this tool yesterday, you would have been able to see this. I didn't use it yesterday, so I'm not going to say, oh, yeah, I used it and I knew. I wish I had used it yesterday. I'm sorry it's taken so long. It's because of my stream. And what we're going to do just quickly is look at this one-date GEX by strike. And we're going to take a quick look at this one right here. And you can kind of see here, this is 680 right here. And then 687 to the upside. Kind of ingenious, right? You also have this 675 down below. So if you're like, hey, can we, like, if we don't hold this at 10 or 11 a.m., we start failing these highs. This is the drop, right? 675. If we hold this and start smashing higher and get the good flows at 10 a.m., what's your target? 675 or 687, right here. I should say more about. We're gonna start talking more about I don't think there's a service out there. I don't think there's a fucking website out there that's as kick-ass as this one. I really don't. Not for what it is. So 687 is right up here, right? I had this higher, but so 687 right here. And I think I have us targeted for 688. But I think I might have deleted the wrong thing, but it's basically 688 right here. But just gamma, we've got 680. Let's just delete everything. Hold on. Delete everything. No, delete that shit too. Hey, delete everything. You got 687 right here. You got 680 right here. And then we're not using anything else. I'll hide I can't hide indicators. Right here. You got 687. You got 680, and then you got 675. And the implication here is what? Are we above or below 675? Or are we above or below 680 or 675? Are we below 685 right? Or 680 right now? No, we're above it, right? So you could theoretically say we should trade up into this 687 and be trapped in. If we get above it and start talking about new longs, right? And check the website for current 1-day gamma. But just if we go below under here, right? Not taking along, right? Got a nice new high above. 1, 2. Start getting long up here, right? So just keep your eyes on this gamma suite that we have in here. The Pro Tools are way fucking better, but we've got GEX by expiration. We've got gamma profile versus underlying, gamma region map over here, gamma pressure split right here. And we even have this dope. This thing went viral at some point. Something like this went viral. And this shows you where your best buying opportunities are and selling opportunities. And then you get some notes on how to use this tool notes down below. And then we've got this cool ass pro settings over here. And this gives you filters. I'm going to shut it right now. But at any rate, the tools that we have that we're running, I'm going to be making some videos over the weekend so that you can have a better understanding on how to use them. So if you want to put them in your routine in the morning and the afternoon, I personally would tell you, the only thing that I would tell you about this GEX tool is do not run it before market open and do not run it after 4 p.m. GEX gets really fucked up at until like 8:30 in the morning. GEX is kind of fucky, and then gamma is really fucky until 8:30 usually, maybe 9:30 at the latest, and then gets really fucky from 4 to 6 p.m. And that's because market makers are working in the background like little gremlins, and they're assigning contracts in that time period. So you'll see fucked up data. Just a heads up on that if you don't know that out there, because you are pulling data for this. But anyways, we'll get back to the market here. Let me get rid of this for a moment. And this is basically all you're looking for here. This is fairly easy, right? We're going to delete all the drawings. We'll do this together right now just so you can see it. Palantir supposedly coming down into some kind of or I don't know if that's today or if that was yesterday. We'll look at Palantir. Let's come back here and look at a few things. We'll do this together. It's Friday. It's probably a good day for us to do this, especially with the downstroke on Thursday. So we've got three. Let's look at the 3-month candle really quick together. Let's just take a peek here. And what are we looking for on candles? We'll review this together. We'll review this on a 3-month basis, and then we'll apply it to. We will apply it to every other time frame. So here's the prior candle. Okay, so this is, sorry about that. Yeah, white, that's good. This is the top of your 3-month candle. This is the bottom of your 3-month candle. If you erase a lot of this candle right here, let's say you erase almost 80% of this candle, not almost, but 80% or more of this candle, it implies that we're going to make a move lower. And that applies to every time frame, okay? Pretty easy, right? Have we done that yet on a 3-month basis? No, we have not, right? We have not done that. We check this every morning, or I check this every morning and every night. Let me delete these drawings too. So we're good here right now. I don't need to look at the 3-month on this basis. I'm going to look now at the 1 month. You can apply this to any stock you're using out there. So let's look at this one right here. This is the 1 month candle. And I want to take a look at this one in particular. We've beaten this candle here. You can see this one right here. We have a lower low here, right? So this implies that it's implying that we're gonna come down here, and we're gonna trade some more of this candle right here. So let's just measure this candle really quick. There are tools that'll auto measure this stuff for you. But if you wanted to understand the math yourself, this says 3.43%, right? So you can build your own tool or whatever you want out there. Take yourself a calculator and you take if you want to do it to the pin, 3.543% times 0.80 equals 2.744. So you can raise this candle up 2.744. And theoretically, the market can come as low as this right here. We can get rid of this now, right? Theoretically, this is 673.22. Shocker. Let me say that to you again. That right there is 673.22. Where is the unlock? When I said, if the sellers get down there and trade 672 and change, it's bad news, right? So just this line right here, we don't really have to look at anything else. We know that this candle's been taken out. We know that price can come down here and swoop this far down and be good enough to trade 700. We know, though, that if we unlock this number right here, what does it do? It opens the door. It opens the "Are you winning, son?" door. It opens up the "Hey, are you winning, son? Are you winning, son?" If you hit this one right here, what are you going to tell your dad? Dad, we just unlocked below 673.22. That means this candle is now in play. That candle right here is in play, all the way down to 80% of it. So if you unlock this one and you fail to get up, the idea would be that you'd go down here and trade all that, right? Potentially, right? You'd unlock that whole downside. I would say the same thing on the upside too, right? I would say that, yeah, we can go all the way down here now. That's not a bad draw. And he doesn't have a hat on. He needs a hat. Not the best hat, but are you winning, son? No, Dad. I'm really mad right now, right? So we know that this line here is the line in the sand. We're on the 1 month basis right here. That's all you need to know. Like, we're on the 1 month time chart right now. We can't trade below, if you're a buyer, we can't trade below 673, or we start unlocking what? At least 80% of this candle, right? I'd say the danger line is probably somewhere in here. So your first target down here is 664.30, 661.16. And if you swoop all the way down here, like you unlock this, and then all of a sudden, yeah, you can swoop down here. But if you start hitting this, whatever that 80% is down there, that's another unlock to trade this candle over here. Now, a lot of the old timers, they can just look at the candles and see this shit. They don't really need to be measuring and all that other stuff. They just eyeball it and go, up, there it is. Or, oops, this is a bear trap on the upside. So let's get rid of all this right here. Move all these drawings. So we know on the monthly basis that we're very close, or we were very close this morning and yesterday close to unlocking this new downside. We still have not done that. Let me unlock all of this right here. We'll start showing you the rest of it down here. So we don't have to worry about this as of just yet. We're going to go to the weekly. And this begins to show it right here. This is a tool that does the math for you. But you don't need this fucking tool. You can just measure it. You can do it yourself. You can either have a tool to do this math or you can do it yourself. But here is the math being done for you. So here is the weekly right here. 672.69. Okay, it's like really close to that 673, right? Like the 673 line is like right here. And what they're telling you is, if you dip your shit down below there, you've now unlocked the month prior, right? That I showed you on the monthly basis. So we're gonna. This is from our own math that we did. We're gonna leave this line right here, and we're gonna put another one in down here. This is the lowest you want to see the market go. So let's say you see the down move over here. You see price fuck around but not cross that white line. We're good to go, aren't we? Good to go up, right? If we go down here and hit this one, that's not good, is it? You start opening the door to that candle way over there on a different time frame. So let's look at this really quick. We're going to type in week. On a weekly basis, I do want to point out one thing as of this moment. Even though I don't think it matters, but at this moment, there's no new weekly low. They didn't put it in this morning. If you are a buyer, you want to pay very close attention to the weekly low that we have already put in at 677.64. And this week is higher than the week before, but I don't give as much credence to this. Like, you got the higher high on the week here. I don't give the credence, though, to bulls in this time of the year. Like, oh, that's very bullish. I'm like, no, fuck all these new highs. I really, truly only care about these lows. That's it. From here until like April, May, I'm only looking for, is the dip bot on any time frame, on any trigger, like hourly trigger, daily trigger, and any of these like unlocks or whatever. I only care about the dip buys. I don't like the higher low I care about, but not the higher highs, not the lower highs. I care about the lower lows and the higher lows. Do those get bought or not? So we want to watch this low right here. I'm gonna leave this here today just because it's Friday, and I'm gonna make it a dotted line. I'm just gonna make a notation here that says weekly low. I'm also going to want to look at ES really quick because we did have, I believe we had a lower low in the overnight. No, the lower low was in cash market. Awesome. Okay, I only need to leave this one. There was no lower low in the overnight on SPY. So I don't need to check ES at this point. So we're on the week there. We're going to look right here. This is the weekly low. This is the important one, not the highs. Fuck the highs. Fuck the highs from now into springtime. The weekly lows are the lows are what matters in every time frame on back testing. So we got this one right here. This is your week. Sellers unable at this point to get this low. There is a cup and handle here that's bearish. You got this one right here. Right? Comes all the way down here. Oh, sorry. Cup is right here. We did not break through, right? That normally implies bigger downs. We did not break through at all, did we? We did not put in a new low yet. The bears will get another chance if buyers can't show up and ping some of these highs. And they will get that low. If they do, then it's a series of more down, just so you know. And the other thing you want to be aware of here is these lines right here. These are daily closes. We tagged our first one already. That's a good sign. There's another one right here. There's, believe it or not, another one right here for that big Sigma move yesterday, right? And there's another one right here. And there's some more rules here for you. Whenever we go down, and I mean whenever we go down, this is year round. If you go down and make some kind of like failed new high and then slamming down here, I expect no new low for buyers, and I expect a quick recovery up. Like quick. Should happen fast, like whammo up here, right? Take that one out, and then you get the new high over here. And that works 7 out of 10 times, 83% of the time. If you see like stalling, fucking around down here, dicking around, can't get above kind of shit, 7, 8, 8.5 times out of 10, we're going lower. So you want to be thinking about that as well. I'm going to write on here a D. This is what the bulls need to be paying attention to, the buyers. God, my throat is all fucked up. Let me drink some water. Hold on, guys. And if we're working on inflection points, right? Let's talk inflection points again. This is the low. This is the higher low. We took out the inflection point here. That's all bullish. This is bullish. That's bullish. So you're going to expect the bulls to come up here and hit this next one. If they fail that one, we're going to go right straight down again and make a new low. Okay? So the bulls need, like they need to get up here, hit that one, back test it, get that one, back test it, get that one. Like literally tick them. Tick them, tick them, tick them. And then I don't give a fuck what that is. I only care about these ticks right here. Go to a 4-hour basis. Let's look at this one. Let's see what we got above. Oh, my throat. This one right here is a yellow 4-hour, but we got the tick on this daily candle here. So we're going to draw this one in. We're going to draw this one in right here. We're going to make this one red. That's the you shall not pass line, right? Now let's look at a 1-hour basis together. And this is a little bit cleaner now, right? You got the high right here. That would imply that we're going to backtest the 5-minute trigger and go up to the next inflection point. Next inflection point is the hourly trigger. If we break above it and hit this one, you would expect this to hold, this half-hour trigger to come up and take us up right here. We don't know if it's going to hit this or not. If it does, that's good. We expect that one to hold and go up here, and if we fail this one or get above it. A lot of traffic here for buyers, right? Buyers do not have it easy right now. They're kind of on the plank for better or worse. And if they fail any of this right here, where do they go? Where do we go? If we fail this right, if we fail, let me just draw it like this. I meant. We'll start it. Where's 9 a.m.? Right here, 9 a.m. So let's do it just like this. Can I move this one around or no? There we go. I'm trying to visualize this for you here. Let's move this over. This is easier to look at, right? So this would include back tests, okay? So you ping this one, you back test, ping that one, you back test, you ping that one, you back test, you ping that one, you back test, right? Or if you ping that one, more than likely the whole trade starts again, and we could potentially come down here before going up. Now, let's say we go up here and we fail the white line. You would expect to come straight down, wouldn't you? If you go up here and you fail right here, you would expect to come straight back down and make a new low. Does that make sense? You'd at least check this prior low here. More than likely, though, if you don't have the support, if these buyers are weaker than these sellers, more than likely you're going to make a new low, aren't you? Until you can find the support to take out these sellers. It really, for you as a retail trader, I know it's kind of like, it's not really true. This is like a half truth, but as a trader, you can dumb down things to a truth, which would be, are there more sellers or buyers? I mean, if you say that to somebody that knows what they're talking about, they'd be like, that's not true. But for you as a retail trader, it is. If you're dumbing shit down in life, it really is. More buyers, more sellers. Inflection points. And if you're not going to find if you're going to find that these sellers are stronger than these buyers, then more than likely you're going to make a new low until you find the buyers that can come back up and take those sellers out. So just on an easy point here, you want to be watching these inflection points very closely. You know what I mean? Like, do we go up there? Do we go up there or not? And if they tell us no, so here's a prime example. If you're coming up here and right here you miss, you should assume that we're going to go all the way down here. If you go up here and tag this one, the market will give the chance to the buyer because you already know they're going to be there no matter what, right? Like this group is already going to be there, but this price here is telling you that the buyers are strong. So you would expect the buyers to step back in with this hourly trigger and send us up here. Does that make sense? Any sense to you? So this inflection point right here, if you failed this inflection point, you would say, nope, the buyers are actually weak. The sellers are able to come back down, and we're going to make we're at least going to trade this, if not make a new low. And not only that, there's a high propensity that you're going to make another low down here, like all the way down into here, and make that unlock. And then before you know it, you're rejecting that and heading to the downside. Now, watch this right here. So, like, okay, we made the new low, but then we come back up over here. Up, we made a new high. Okay, fuck it, the bulls are back in charge again. So you just want to be aware of this stuff as we move forward in time. You don't have to be aware of it. I'm here with you almost every goddamn day, but we hit this first one right here. So what's the implication or the expectation at this point? That we would back test this right here, right? And now the new target is the 1 hour trigger, but the buyers want to see this one right here. So let's look at this one right here really quick. Go to a 1 minute basis. And you can watch this just like this. Are you ready? So we're going to do it just like this. We can start it right here. It doesn't matter. This is your first one right here. All right. You're going to expect this diamond. Let me draw this in a larger so you can see it. I'll make it thick so you can see it. So you're going to have an we already hit it right here, but we're just going to draw it just so there. You have an expectation that you hit this one right here. You're going to expect that you do not give any of this up. You can go all the way down here. But you can do this right here. This is fine. You're going to do your next one up here. And all you care about is that one and then this one right here. Just like that. Now this can be here. Could be down here. So you draw it. You can draw this like one line right here, dot, 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 right? One line right here, dot, 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 one line right here, right? Now, let's say you fail this one right here. You've got price action coming up. Wham, 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 wham. We fail. Uh-oh, that's not good, right? And you're also leaving this price action to FOMOers. You're actually getting out before we even get to that white line. You can get back in above it, but you're getting out, right? And if you failed that, you would then expect price to go all the way down to a new low, right? But we didn't get that. We got the tag. So we get the tag, you're going to expect this next leg, whether it should be no lower than the prior low, to push higher into this next one right here, and then this one right here. Now, we're on a 1 minute basis right now. So I'm not drawing you a 5 fucking wave or a 3 wave on a 1 minute basis. What I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this and I'm going to draw it just like this. Bulls need to get up here, right? That's where they need to go, right? Bulls need that target. This is 1600. That's all the bulls need to do today. That's it. That's all they need to do it. That's it. From 10 a.m., you got 10 a.m. in here. You got 12 p.m. And you can mark off anything else you want. Like, I prefer to watch this stuff on the half an hour. I don't know why I can't move that one over to 12:00. There it is, 12 p.m. I do the half an hour, but if you want to make notations at home, if you want to be like, yeah, at 1 o'clock, we've got this event. I don't know, we've got Shitbird speaking from FOM, from Fed. We've got, at this time over here, we got, we're auctioning off tires. You get what I'm saying, right? Auction off tires. We got VIX fuck around at this time over here. You get the point. So, and we have minor flows on the half an hour. The hourly, for me at least, I know some people use 9, 10, 11, 12. I use the halves. Like a full hour is 1:30 to 2:30, 2:30 to 3:30. 3:30 to 4:30. I'm most concerned with those hours personally. So normally, let's say you get sell flows at 10. So this is 10 a.m. So you want to be watching like 10 a.m. are the flows, buyers or sellers, right? So you'll know that typically by 10:30. So you got 10:30 in here. In this case, it's buy flows. But let's say you're coming at 10 a.m. and you start making new lows. So here's the prior low, and you make a new low at 10:30. That 10:30 for me is important because they'll try to sell this fucker straight down into 11:30, and then they'll get out before we get to the 12 p.m. flows. By 12:30, we know where we're going. So hold on here. So we have buy flows right now at 10 a.m. And you want to think about if we have buy flows at 10 a.m., here's 11. Here's 11:30. Hold on, I didn't have my thingy set up here. I'll make this a number. So you've got, at this point, you've got buy flows at 10 and not sell flows to go down and retest the low. And so I want you to think about price action in here. I want you to think about, like, you got this kind of price action here, right? At 10 a.m., they tried to sell it down. They tried, right? Bam, 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 bam. They failed, right? We are now into this, I believe that's 11. What time is it right now? Yeah, it's 11:12. This is 11. We have a new low at 11:15. But by 11:30, we should at least go up here. That's the expectation. By like 11:30. And then you wait for the 12 p.m. sells to try to come in and hammer this thing down. All right? And you kind of like, by 12:30, hold on here. By 12:30, you're going to see, I hope this works today because I would hate if it didn't. So when you like see me draw shit, you'd be like, oh, what's he drawing? Why is he drawing that? So it's not that I know it's going somewhere. It's that I'm thinking to myself, hey, we should hit this one right here. We got this prior high right here. We should hit this by 11:30, right? You kind of want to be off. You kind of want to be like off or risk offish into 12 p.m. You got a 5-minute trigger coming up over here, right? Let's say the sellers come in for 12 and we get this new low and we're way down here. That's bad, right? So we're just going to draw this in right here. We know we have to go up all the way up into here, right? We know we got to go all the way up there. So we want to draw this line right now into 11:30, right up here. It could take until 12, but we'll give them till 12. We'll do that. Now it could be 11. I would prefer 11:30, but I'll give them till 12. You ever notice when I move things over? So I'm gonna do it just like this. Come straight down just like that into right about 12:15ish, about there. Now, do I think it's going up to 685.93? No, but I draw the line though for us going up to that number so that I know personally, hey, oh nope, sorry, I shouldn't do that there. But I draw this line up here so that I can see if we fail. There's a big fail mark here, big fail mark here that I already know that it's negative, right? These sellers are being business. We're going to go to the downside. It's going to be horrible. So let's say you're long over here. Where are you trying to get out? You're trying to get out before we get to this line right here. So if you're long down here, and you can already see they're doing it. You can already see that right here on this mark right here, they're already exiting. So this probably Europeans, if I had to guess, is London. And if you get one more shot at it up here before we ever hit that hourly trigger, they don't care about this FOMO leg here. This is where your FOMO lives, where your Marines go to die or save the market. But more than likely, this is London, and they're exiting right now. They're exiting here. They're exiting here. They will exit here. And I don't trust, the smart traders will not wait for this tag up here. Now, what does that mean? It means that the New York cash market has to buy that dip. Whatever this unloading of equities is right here, right here, right here, you don't have Londoners to buy that. You don't have Asia to buy it. It's Friday. So when you hear things like fade the early morning move on a Friday, like whatever that move is, if it's down or up or whatever, you fade it. It's because people are leaving, aren't they? Like they're leaving for the weekend. So that's oftentimes why you'll see these outside moves after 10, 11, 12 a.m. Because traders are leaving, right? You got people that made money all week long. They're out of here, up or down, doesn't matter. Then you get London exiting, or Asia's already exited, London is now exiting, and now it's just New York cash on a Friday. That's it. New York cash on a Friday. So what else does this mean? I have us going up here to the close to trade 689.35. And there's more information here, isn't there? You're left alone in New York cash market, roughly 12 p.m. That would leave it to dealers and New York market participants. I shouldn't say New York. It's New York cash open, but U.S. market participants to drive this price up. If they fail to do that into the close today, let's say we get up into this 12 p.m., and let's say we fail this right here, and then New York stops buying in here. New York doesn't show up. They're like, fuck you, I'm out of here, risk off, long weekend, big time crash on Monday. No one's buying this. What would price do? It'd fade into the close, wouldn't it? Be pretty fucking nasty, right? Should probably expect this bloodbath down into the close, right? This big, huge, outsized move down here, right? And not only that, if you failed to close up here even just a little bit, you start failing up in here, I would be expecting that same move to the downside, whether it's at the close or over the weekend. I would expect like Monday to be opening up back down here somewhere. So it's kind of critical for buyers to New York and the rest of the buyers and dealers to get us up there. It is very important. Now, I don't know if they're going to do it or not. I have no idea. That's the implication that it goes up there. We want to watch this closely into 12 p.m., see what happens in here. Man, I went to a wake last night. I went to a wake last night. For all the bad shit men are, this isn't everybody, but I'm sure there's a lot of you out there that love your dads and stuff. But man, I don't know if men create that or whatever, but like no one gives a fuck about men. I mean, they do, but not like women. I shouldn't say that because it's got to be kind of stereotyping, but I was like, nobody's gonna give a fuck when I die. That's what I said to myself. I'm gonna tell you what I said to myself. I was like, God, I feel like I gotta take on the hard role all the time. Like I'm not really the bad guy, but I feel like, I don't know, maybe it's because I live more of a traditional life or something, or a stereotypical life with wife and kids to some extent. Not trad wife shit. I'm fucking goddamn feminist, but man, like, I don't know if it's because of how I was raised or whatever. Like, I'm like, nobody's gonna give a goddamn care that I'm dead. I'm like, they're gonna care. They're like, he's dead. I'm surprised he didn't die earlier. Maybe it's more like that. I don't know exactly what that is, but nobody gives a fuck when a man dies. I mean, they do, but like, if you're a man out there, like that shit continues on in death. They'll say they care about you, but I'll tell you what, man. Like fucking, it never ends. My dad told me that when I was a kid. My dad was like, life's gonna be hard for you. You're a man. Nobody's gonna care about your health. Nobody's gonna care about your feelings. You're gonna be asked to break your fucking back. You're gonna be asked to destroy your body. And even if you're not asked, you're gonna offer to destroy your body. You've been trained to do that shit. Man. Like, they're right down to like sports and shit, it's like like fuck. That's all I could think about last night. All I could fucking think about was like, man, like being a guy is not fucking easy. You're kind of expected to fall apart and fucking implode like that robot out in Philadelphia that got beaten up. Like, where's that fucking robot? Like, that's how I think I'm gonna feel when I'm dead. Look at him, he's on the side of the road. Hold on. This is what my grave should look like. Where is that? I have that fucking robot somewhere, that Philadelphia robot. Here lies Jim James. Fuck him. Look at that dumbass. Right here. Here it is. I'm serious. I'm not fucking kidding. This is gonna be my my gravestone. I kid you not. That's how I felt last night. I was like, oh God. You just stare at it. You're like, oh, there he is. Fuck him. I'm dead serious. That's how I feel. That's how I left last night, the wake. I was like, I don't know if any of you are dads or anything, or husbands and dads. That's how I feel. Not even yeah. It's a rental coffin. I told my daughter, I sat with my youngest. That was the other thing that happened last night is my youngest and her. So this is her. My youngest daughter spent a lot of time growing up in Detroit during or post her early years. So like 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 kind of stuff. Not so no. Let me see here. No, it's 8, 9. It's like 9, 10, 11, 12. So like right when kids become 9 years old, they shift usually into this like new phase. They start understanding big concepts. They start making decisions on their own. They start testing boundaries. They learn how to lie. They learn how to cope. They learn all this stuff, right? And she's at the tail end of it right now. And this is her childhood friend. This is one of the first friends she made in Detroit. And they've been friends since we moved here. And it's been fascinating to watch the two of them sprout up and do their own things. And they've remained friends over all this time. And so, I know that her friend's dad and her, like, I'm not going to cry. Her friend's dad and this little girl, they always spent like this quality time together, like dads and daughters do. Private conversations, private thoughts, things that even he wouldn't tell his own ex-wife or anyone else. Like small things that he spent with his daughter. And I know the two kids are going through a lot, especially his daughter. And my daughter was with me last night. I was sitting alone in the wake, waiting for my daughter. She came over and sat next to me, and I was trying to